Hey guys, this is just a kind of a no fluff review of these new TD-H9 radios from Tidradio. Um, First of all, my background is the TD-H8. I love it. It's been a really nice, solid radio. It's got great battery life. I've used it quite a bit. I actually run it in my mobile more than anything, and so I was excited to have these guys come along with GPS and APRS. So this is more geared for people who already kind of know what the radio structure is as far as menus go, and I more want to get into the bells and whistles part of this. First of all, the old batteries are compatible. I did try it, even though they don't look the same. They do go in there and click in. So, but they're just a little bit thicker. So this is an old 2500, and these are 2200, I believe, milliamp hours. So anyways, you can hear APRS going. It does work. And right off the bat, I'll show you a hotkey I found. Push and hold back button, and it brings you to your GPS. Now here's one of the things I found. The speed, the altitude, they don't run unless you're on kilometers or knots. There's three options, and I can go in and show you. When you go to your GPS, speed unit. See, there's kilometers an hour, knot, and I don't know what that is, NPT. It only works on knots. And so now when you start moving around, your GPS will actually register knots. So that's an issue. There's a lot of little quirks I found on these little radios. So APRS does work. I've tracked it on APRS.fi, and it does track my location and all the stuff that APRS is good for. One of the things I was hoping for was to be able to text through APRS, which doesn't happen on this current firmware version. It has SMS. As you can see, there's SMS envelope turned on, but as I've tested and found, it's only between the two radios. I was kind of hoping maybe it would work. You could text WX and it would send back the local weather, or text other users. It doesn't work. It doesn't do that. There's not even an @ symbol in your special characters here. Kind of a setback, but then again, the price point. It's the price point, and these are brand new radios. Maybe there's a firmware update that will fix that. So I'll show you through going through the texting part of it. I'm going to go ahead and go down to one of my frequencies here, and I'll turn this one on, and we can go to menu, your radio settings. That's all your standard. You can program manually channels this way. Radio info, that just gives you a firmware update. You can scan Bluetooth off and on. There's also a button here that does Bluetooth. SMS. So then we go to SMS and go to on. So now you can't do it with dual function. So you have to turn your dual watch off. I want to go ahead and make sure that is off so you can see the menu settings here. Dual watch, it is off. So I'll send a message to here, and you'll see kind of how it goes. It's kind of cumbersome, and you can't cumbersome. I mean, what would you expect? But let's just do it here. You can't. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So your radio ID is where you would send it, right? So your radio alias, TID-H9. If I type TID-H9 into the to section, it will send it to this radio. However, you can also change your, I think it's ANI. I don't even know where that is anymore. Let me see if it's in here. you can change that number. There it is, A&I edit. So you can change this number to anything you want, and it will also send a text message to whatever specific radio you have numbered. So I've got this one as 002 and this one as 001. So I'll send a message to 002, and you can see how it kind of comes up on the radio. But again, I thought this was all going to work through APRS, so my bad. Kind of maybe something you need to know if you're looking at these radios. So let's go to SMS, and we're going to send. Recipient is going to be, and you can change it from here, right? This button changes your capital to number. So I'm going to go 002. That's my address, I guess you would say. Then I would go OK, and then push down, and now I can say hi. And then OK. And then I'm going to go to more and send. And so now it's receiving. Received a message. And so up here, the red dot next to the envelope signifies you've got a new message, and you go into your SMS and go to your inbox, and there it is, hi. So, okay, cool, they text each other. I don't know. I was hoping I was just going to be able to do that through APRS, so there's a lot of software quirks in this. So I don't, maybe there's a firmware update that comes out that makes them better. We'll see. It comes with all the standard stuff, you know, it's belt clips and chargers and all that, and the manual's okay. Again, like I said, I do like the H8. I've got several of them. They're solid, very solid, and they do output 10 watts on a fresh battery, and the batteries are big, they last long. So I was kind of hoping the same for these. Oh, here's like a quirk too, right? So you can set these buttons, and some of the this says you can do lamp. Well, if you push lamp, there's no lamp. But what it does is turn on your GPS. So see how in the H8 there's a lamp button there, or lamp LED? There's no lamp on this one, it's just GPS. So that's a quirk. You know, firmware update could relabel lamp to GPS, so you could set your hot buttons accordingly. Just little things like that. So, you know, it's fresh off the line. I just got mine. I ordered back in October, I think, and they just came in, and it's January. So we'll see. Hopefully there's an update that will change that, a lot of those things. Well, there you go.